I think I'm gonna chill out a little bit today and kind of take a little rest and pay attention to myself a little more, and just take care of myself. The thing that's kind of reminding me to do this is I had like a little bug bite on my ankle, and that was fine. It was just like a little mosquito bite or something. But then I scratched it with like dirty hand, and now my ankle's swollen. I mean, it's not horrible, but I can tell the difference between looking at my ankles. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry, my foot's not rotting off or anything. But it's a reminder that I need to take care of myself. I need to pay attention to myself and make sure I don't hurt myself. And like yesterday, I cut my finger kind of deep. It's actually healed already now. But yeah, I need to start. I need to take care of myself more, because I have a lot of obstacles to overcome in life, and there's sort of two ways to look at obstacles. One way is to say, okay, I have to figure out each individual obstacle, or you can say, I am the obstacle. So let me give you an example to kind of illustrate this. Okay, take chain link fences. When I was 2, if I wanted to get on the other side of a chain link fence, they're like 3.5 feet tall, like up to your waist, a little over 1 meter tall. When I was 2 years old, I had to walk around the chain link fence to get to the other side. And if there was no way to walk around, I just couldn't get over it. I wasn't strong enough, whatever. And then as I got a little older, I could grab the top of the chain link fence and throw my feet over and hop over the fence so I could get to the other side. And then when I was running track and field, I was running hurdles. And the hurdles are about the same height as a chain link fence. And I could run at those things like full speed, full sprint, like and just blow over them like, whew, I mean, not even touching them, like they were not even there almost. Now the obstacle didn't change in all 3 of those circumstances. What changed is me. So the obstacle where I couldn't get over it, where I had to, kind of go through a bit of effort, and the one where it was just like nothing. The obstacle was the same every time, but it was me that changed. So it's more useful in the long run to realize that you are the obstacle. Because when you come up to the first hurdle, the first obstacle, the first fence, whatever it is, you can get there and say, oh, okay, here's a thing in my way. I have to do something about this. All right, I need to either get some stuff to build some stairs, or I need to call someone to bulldoze this out of the way, or I need somehow to do something to this obstacle to get it out of my way. And then you get to the next obstacle, and you say, oh, here's another obstacle. All right, well, I learned some stuff from the last one, so let me go get my stair parts and build a new set of stairs here so I can get over this, or call the same person and pay them more money, or whatever you're doing. Like every obstacle, you have to go through the same thing, or maybe you learn a little bit better how to do it. But if you're approaching each obstacle as if you have to deal with them on an individual basis, then every time you get to an obstacle, you have to stop and deal with it. But if you get to the first obstacle and you say, all right, I can't get over this fence right now, but instead of trying to figure out some way of getting it out of the way, I'm going to figure out how I can do it. Now this might take more initial investment. Maybe for a week or 2, you're going to have to do some exercise, or do some thinking, or figure something out, or come up with some skill that you don't currently have. That'll take longer than it will to remove that obstacle. And maybe while you're getting this skill, you'll have to remove a few of the obstacles just to get enough time to be able to learn the skill. But then once you get the skill, once you can hop over the fence like it's no big deal, you're not just hopping over that fence. You're hopping over the next 1,000 fences in the way, because you've gained a skill and you take that with you. Whereas if you get that obstacle removed somehow, not just with your own skill, but with outside stuff, you don't get to take all that stuff with you. So you get to the next obstacle and you have to call in the reinforcements every time. But if you just improve yourself, you say, I am the obstacle, not that thing, you get to take that with you every time. Now there are a few exceptions to this. This generally works in the natural world. where you've got feedback that makes sense, just pretty much anywhere in the natural world. It doesn't always make sense in an artificial world, like socially speaking, because there will be a lot of times when, like, say you're traveling around and everyone hates you, and you say, "Oh, why does everyone hate me? I need these people to change." Or you can say, "Well, I should change so I'm more likable." Well, generally speaking, I would say, yeah, change yourself so you're more likable, but that only goes up to a certain point. Like, say you're in a world where people hate feet, and they always cut off everyone's feet. And for them to like you, you have to cut off your feet and cut off the feet of anyone else you meet. Well, it's just a stupid thing to do, right? I don't care what the culture is. It's just a stupid thing to do. So in that case, it's, you just have to make your own judgment call and say, no, I'm not going to go along with this stupid thing. I'm not going to try to overcome that obstacle so that you will like me. I would like that obstacle to be there. I want the obstacle between me and chopping off everyone's feet. But that's just a judgment call. You have to figure out what things you think are right and what things you think are wrong. If you always do what you think is right, then it doesn't matter if people like you or not. But in the natural world, generally speaking, change yourself to beat the obstacles. Alright. I know I'm trying to relax today, but I still want to do something.